Greetings all. It's your boy Reborg here. What's up with you? Back again with the podcast. What the hell is a Reborg podcast? As usual, on this ship, we got that wine, the Muscadine Sunshine. As the bottle says, fruity, fizzy, and fun. And don't forget the water. It's in here. Well, I mean, you can't tell. People at work think I be drinking coffee, but I don't drink coffee like that. My dad let me drink coffee as a kid. It was disgusting. I told him, ew, this tastes like the ground. You drink this every day? My pops was big on coffee. Like back then, like every day, even in the hot ass summer in VA, because in the South, Virginia, I don't know what other people be talking about. Trying to say this ain't the South, but y'all motherfuckers been misinformed, man. We get that humidity. It's hot as shit in here during the summer. 100-degree days with that humidity, that joint ain't no joke. I could not play with you. And he used to drink that coffee. It took a while. It took a couple of years before he even started putting creamer in it or sugar. He was just drinking it straight up, straight coffee grounds. Yuck. I drank coffee one time in the eighth grade. We were staying in a hotel on a field trip, and somebody dared me to drink like a big cup of it. I took it down. I was gonna get that $10, but that was the only time I really drinking coffee like that. I've had frappuccinos before and some lattes. I'll try it one. I ain't got a problem trying it. But coffee, I don't care what type of creamer you got. Nasty. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, that's what they think. There's always water at work. And shout out to for them putting that water cooler in there, cause I can get all the water I need. How y'all been doing? You know, let me know in the chat or in the comment section. How y'all been? I've been good, man. Having a good week. Just going all right, man. I'm in a good space. Um, Over the weekend, I worked on Saturday and was off Sunday. Saturday was cool at work. Boss lady was messing with me because she caught me in there flirting with one of the chicks I like to flirt with at work. I only flirt with one. It's only one. And I've been waiting on her man to slip on the banana peel so I can, put my bid in because I don't step on no toes while you with people. Not at this point in my life. I did like back in high school and stuff like that. Not dirty macking because I ain't trying to, do nothing like that. But I will try to slide in, which is still some bullshit. But nowadays, no, no. It's been like that for a while. Yeah, if a chick tell me she got a boyfriend, I usually head for the hills. I don't give a fuck how fine she is. I'm just, nah, I'm good. And I was salty at work because I was off Sunday and I had to prep some lamb chops. Yo, man, them shit slapped, yo. When I seasoned them Jones, and she wanted me to test one out, not just because she wanted to eat it or nothing like that. She just wanted to know how long it would take to cook, so I can let the people know that was coming in tomorrow how long it take on the grill. And I cooked it for about 10 minutes on each side, and it was still like a medium well. So in there, it was just a little bit. It's like a not pink, but it was like a little bit of red, like a little strip of red. So about 12 minutes probably would have been good. And she was telling me how good they were and how well they were seasoned, because that's what I do. And I was salty because I thought I ain't get to go to work and try them. But they had some yesterday, and Memorial Day, and I tried one a year. Them shits was all right. And matter of fact, I made two, and and she let one of the servers try it, and she had never had lamb before, so she was like real skeptical. And she took the first bite. She said, "You could tell it's seasoned well, but it's not something I'm accustomed to." So I was like, "Here, give me the rest. I'll eat it." She's like, "No, I'm gonna eat the rest." I'm like, that shit for real. It feels good when you get to introduce people to new cuisine and eating different foods, because I always been like that. Now I don't eat pork. I haven't eaten pork in about 15 years. But anything else, I'll give it a run. Like duck, gator. I'll try some squirrel. Try. I won't make them for my damn self, but I'll get a fork. Then I'll try some shit. Turtle. They say turtle be rocking. I had gator bites at the Pocosin Seafood Festival. That should be lit. I ain't gonna lie. Now, you know, alcohol and seafood, they kind of, a nice beer and some seafood go hand in hand. So I ain't paying attention to the 80s cover rock band that they have out there, even though I do know some of the songs and it's cool, but I really ain't paying that much attention to them. But yeah, try some stuff. I mean, you may not fuck with it, but at least you tried it. Don't go without, giving it an attempt. Oh, I ain't never ate that. I don't never plan on eating that. You might stumble around and find some good shit. You know, I'm fucking this wine up. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Got a new shirt from the homie Slide from the Half Mercy collection, all over my face. But this shit is like that from the Romeo and Juliet. That movie was my drop when it came out. Like it was up to date. It was modern. People did a good job. Like Leo was good. Harold Perrineau, who was Augustus in the Wheelchair on the Oz, if so you can get. He was on Lost, just a merch on that name stink. Merch on the Best Man. Like he did a hell of a job in that movie. I want to say for that movie, he kind of outdid Leo on that one. He killed Mercutio. John Leguizamo as Tybalt, King of Cats. He was cool. It was just I was with it. You may think it's corny, especially during this time and stuff like that. It probably don't hold up to some people, but it still hold up to me. All that shit was sauce. I like the gear. I like the fist they was wearing. I like the guns with the Virgin Mary and all the Christian shit on the tones, pearl handles with the steel, and I like the whips. I liked it all, man. They was just they was just going in. I enjoyed that movie. I watched that, and I've enjoyed it every time. The soundtrack was lit with the homie Quentin. I can't remember his last name. It was some white shit right there on my face. Quentin, and he did his version of When Doves Cry, which it shows he did a good job because Prince don't usually let people like sample his shit unless he gives it the approval during that time, and he killed that joint. The Black Choir boy that was singing, they tried to give him a career, but that shit went downhill, man. And shout out to any of the entertainers who got put out there as kids, because that's just it's not a normal life compared to other people. So it's just something that you have to get used to. It's not something that you get comfortable with or accustomed to at any time until not beforehand. You can't fake it. If you ain't fucking with it, you just ain't fucking with it. And it take a lot to do that shit. But shout out. The movie's lit. I might even watch it today after this note. And this shit is sauce, man. Damn. And what materials do I be using nowadays? Because everybody's shirt I bought, this cotton feel good as shit. The feel of cotton, the fabric of our life out of mother. It look like I'm searching for keys. This shit feels so good. God damn. Shout out to Slide in the Half Mercy collection. Oh man, yeah, he's doing some good things. That's the fashion forward homie right there. When I first met him in what was that, like 08, 09? He was rocking linen shorts then. He had on some lime green linen shorts. Now I clowned him and said it looked like he had drawers on, but that don't mean I didn't fuck with him. I'm just a goofy. I'm a silly motherfucker. I'm a clown it, even if I do like it. That's just how I do. I got my band on because we still ain't got no lineup. Like my floor is crisp. It's clean, like literally. Washed, leave-in conditioner, combed, and brushed. But I still ain't got no lineup yet. I'd much rather not. Matter of fact, I'm willing to show the shit. Here go my line right here. See, that's where it fucks it up. Here is fine. But the inverted peak shit is where it fucked up. So now my shit all this shit get moved out the way. And I just fucked up all the shit that I combed. But that's my shit right there. And that's why I don't usually go. I ain't that big on barbershops because they be fucking my shit up. I got that Corey Matthews Brillo pad shit going on there. Yeah, I'm fixing this shit on stream, baby. We get how, man. That's how we do, man. With our band and shit, man. I don't give a fuck. We in there. Ooh. So everything was cool at work. Was off Sunday. Went out to eat for brunch with my mom and my niece. That was a good time because they silly, and we had a good time. We went to Wing Bistro. It's a weird thing they have. I don't think they have a dishwasher there. So when they bring you your food, they bring it into go containers. It was just weird. I had the chicken and waffles, and I thought it was gonna be wings like my niece had. Then them motherfuckers brought me chicken strips because I ain't specified. Now the bad part was the chicken strips was good. They did slap a little bit. You know a chicken strip is good when it tastes good without sauce on it. It was like that. It was good. I would rather have the wings, but sometimes ain't nothing wrong with a B plus. But that was good. My mom got a skillet. My mom said, my mom called me later on and said, Jamal, did you know that it won't no pork on the whole menu? And I said, yeah, that's why I put them in the rotation because I don't eat pork. So it's beneficial to just go to a place that don't have it at all because they don't have nothing. You want bacon, you're gonna have to get beef bacon. You want sausage, you got to get turkey sausage, links or patties. That's just what you got to do. That's all they got. Like chicken sausage and all that other stuff. They don't have no pork in there for real. But that didn't stop her from getting the skillet. They got these little skillets where you can choose a protein and two vegetables, and she did that. She smacked it. Um, of course, she can't eat the way she used to because how old she is. So she ate it throughout the day, and she said it was good each time. So if I'm gonna spend money, I hope the food is at least good. My niece had her chicken and waffles, of course. She ordered 12 so she can split the other six. So she'll have dinner set already. And shout out Simone. She went in on a wing, and that made me think because I've gone in on food too. Yo, in the comment section, what's a food that you go in on? Like you lose all inhibitions and you just eat that shit. You don't give a fuck what's going on, who's around. Like some people that eat like watermelon, sometimes I eat watermelon and I'm not paying attention and the juices just fall on my face and I'm hunched over because, in the black community, we got that stigma of, black people like watermelon. And that's full of shit. Everybody eats watermelon. Watermelon is delicious to everybody. How the fuck you think? If you don't think watermelon ain't delicious, why the fuck is it a flavor in damn near everything? Gum, gummy candies, Skittles, Starburst, Hot Chews. Man, you can't have no fucking flavors if you ain't got no watermelon, soda, and all that shit. People of all race, creeds, and colors be out here fucking up that watermelon. So I'm not even gonna go for that bullshit. But that's one fruit. Pears, them two. A soft pear, I won't pay no attention after a little bit. I gotta eat a soft pear with a napkin. Yeah, because I'll go in on that. What's a food that y'all go in on? Because we all got one that you just don't be paying no damn attention to, and you just eat just for the goodness of eating. Now she won't eating it that bad, but chicken is her shit. She loves it. Boy might be the person closest to her as far as chicken lovers that I know. But she enjoyed it. She was cool. I had proud of her as usual. She sends me pictures. She texts me pictures that she draws, and she's a very good artist. She can really draw. And coming from somebody who can't even finger paint, it's just always impressive when she sends me drawings because I can't do the shit. And the fact that you had it all work and all that shit cool, man. I like that, man. Simone, keep sending them. I know you might get salty because I'm talking about you, but oh well. I talk about what I love and what I know. And I know you. So get over it. It's all love over here. Um, She commented on the videos. I really appreciate that too. Thanks, Simone. I'm probably gonna try to steal some pictures from you because I can't keep using that old picture of you as the thumbnail for every video. I just wanted to, show people a couple of times because that's like branded. That picture is synonymous with the name Reborg, so I'll never get rid of it. But I'm gonna find some other stuff. I think the thumbnail today is Boy laying on the floor, thinking he cute after one of his haircuts. That's not how he looks now. If you watch the video, you saw me pick him up. He's somewhere under my feet chilling. Um, I don't know. Like with the weather changing, he's been like real sinus and sniffly and stuff like that. So I had to go ahead and give him a Benadryl and his pepperoni because pepperonis are like Slim Jims for dogs. And I stuff one in there and he'll eat that because he won't eat the peel and nothing like that straight up. So, but he was real bad, like breathing bad when we was taking walks, like sneezing and shit. I said, damn, it got bad. Because I got sinus problem too, but I got these big ass husky pills. They like Dollar General brand sinus medicine, but they work. So I'm gonna just keep them around because my sinuses are trash too. But I can't get Bobo that big ass pill. Bigger than the damn kibble he eat. And I went to the store to buy him a new bag of kibble. I don't know what it is. Now that I'm working, I go to the grocery store later. Like last year during the pandemic or whatever, I would go to the grocery store in the morning. Wake up like 8, 9 o'clock, sometimes 7, because that's when the grocery store open. I go there, and shit is usually there. His big ass bag of Beneful with the dog that look like him on the bag. And I usually grab something else like Milo's tea or some juice or something like that. I don't usually do like big ass grocery shopping. Just get what I need for the time being. And the spending $400 on groceries, I understand it. I just don't need to because they'll go bad because I'm not, doing it every day. I'm not using the stuff every day. Even sometimes with the juice and the Milo's tea, I gotta fit it in. I may have a glass like when I get home from work, but for the majority of the time, spend this water. But when I go in the evenings, the tea ain't there. They usually fucking up the juice and some of the flavors is gone. And his dog food isn't there at all in the evening. So I want to say it's a real popular brand. It's Beneful. It's the red bag. And people be fucking that junk up. Like when I go in the evening, it's nothing. I think it's called Nature's Blend is what I got them this time because it's like 100% bone broth and whatever. And it's beef. Can't have that bird that fuck him up. And he liked this shit. I even got him like some soft food outside. I can say it because dog, he ain't understanding nothing. Sleep. I got him some soft food outside. I'm gonna incorporate like periodically in there to get, change it up. But this shit right here, this Nature's Blend, like loosened up his bowels like shit. Cause Bobo usually go outside and he poop, and they don't be nothing but they be the size of Vienna sausages and tater tots. That's he get that poop in. He usually good for the day. I took him outside this morning. I don't know what this food did to Boy, but he pooped 3 different times. What would be considered a real poop for him, once a day. Even they was bigger than that. He was damn near shitting like a dog twice his size. 3 different times. I'm glad I took the doggy poop bag roll with me instead of just one bag. Cause man, he was just dropping them. Man, he was like peeing like a female dog, like on all fours, just squatting over and just peeing like that. He was down there for like 2-3 minutes. Usually, boy, hike his leg up, couple of squirts, keep it moving. We had the world to pee on. Not today. I don't know what the fuck was going on. That was weird as shit. I hope he all right. I hope ain't shit happened with the homie. God damn. Yeah, that shit was just weird because he don't ever pee like that. And he don't ever poop like that. Usually when he pooped, that's it. And he was pooping early. Like we usually gotta walk 5 or 6 minutes before he dropped one. A minute out the gate, dropping it. He is out there dropping them. Mom's did something funny after we left because she knows I want to move into a house. So on the way back to her crib to get my car, she was going through like various neighborhoods. You know, just getting to look at some of the stuff, seeing what's for sale, and seeing, just getting the lay of the land before I go out there. And she had a comment. We were listening to the oldie rap and R&B station, and we was listening for like we was out on the road for about 30, 40 minutes. She was like, "Man, I'm about to turn." I said, "Well, what's wrong? You know, like this? They ain't played my boy yet." I said, "What you talking? The Ludacris? My mom loves Ludacris. Like, my mama learned how to Google just so she could find out what he was doing. That was the first person she Googled was Ludacris. She loves Ludacris, all of it. She don't care nothing about. I mean, she's never really cared about the theme of the song or if the language or whatever, because that's never stopped her. So I said before, she loves Flavor in the Air remix, so she will go lyric for lyric with that shit, reciting it, and she also does it with Ludacris. She said, "Girl," he said, Jamal, he be talking about everything, sucking toes and almost every damn song, like from What's Your Fantasy all the way to the end. Like she still like Googles him and sees what he's doing. It's got to be like a every month thing. Cause she used to just ask me on the phone before that, what Ludacris been up to? I said, damn, that's half the reason she loved Rollout. Um, just like that. When that movie moved, that's her jump. Number one spot. Saturday. She loved the sticky icky icky part. That's her jump. The ooh oohs, yeah. Yeah, she's a little fan. She like that. Um, Simone won't pay that much attention in the car. Um, because she usually cut hers on and she be listening to Ash Nico. She got a couple of people that she listened to. Because I thought she was just in the K-pop maybe like a year ago. Because I didn't know and I ain't really ask her. And that's another story I'm gonna get to in a second. But she got a healthy palate for the music right now. She growing up. I don't think she cares. She asked me if I listened to it, but I don't think she'll be asking me for suggested songs for a while. But that's something I don't do. Don't ask me who you think you should listen to, what TV show you should watch, what movie. I'll tell you if I fuck with it, but I won't tell you to watch it. Cause if that shit bonds to you, you're not gonna bring this back bullshit back to me. Nope, I ain't catching that shit. No, fuck that. And for those of you who don't know, the BTS band group, whatever you want to call them, they came out with the McDonald's meal, which is pretty much a 10-piece nugget with sauces that's in the Korean McDonald's. The sweet chili sauce is something that they've already came out with a couple of times. And the Cajun sauce, I've never seen it, but I'm pretty sure it was something else. So she texted me at work talking about can I get her one. First of all, excuse me, it was the first day. You can't do no first day shit like that in the job McDonald's. Cause the J Balvin, Balvin, whatever you want to call him, packed. Travis Scott, packed. Like that's what they're gonna do. And the funny part is people rush to go get this stuff. It's usually stuff that's already on the menu. Like it's already been there. I've been eating nuggets from McDonald's since I was a kid. Now the sauce, the sweet chili sauce is good, but I like barbecue and buffalo because I like mixing them together. The tangy and the heat. Now that's what I like. If you come out with a hot barbecue sauce, then that would be my drop. But um, what's the name of that shit? But it's usually stuff that's already there. What did Travis Scott have like a quarter pounder and a 4-piece, and he dipped his fries in barbecue sauce instead of ketchup? People been doing that shit with a Sprite. I mean, no offense to I hit my hand on the table. No offense to the celebrity. I'm not trying to shit on them because get that bag however you see fit. We got to get that bag. They're not gonna give it to you, not that amount. So you got to go get it. So get it. Yeah, I ain't no knock on you. Do your thing. If McDonald's is willing to do that, go ahead. Once they call and ask for the Reborg meal, which is a double cheeseburger, no onion, and a 4-piece barbecue and buffalo sauce. In recent memory, I haven't gotten drinks like that. I used to just come home and get some out the fridge. But it's usually a Sprite or a Coke with light ice. Cause you got to get the light ice. If you don't tell them light or no ice, they gonna pack your shit. So you, they gonna pack your shit all the way up. Fill this junk up to here with ice. So the drink is actually about that much that you actually gonna be drinking. Cause they'll do it. I mean, they got the tick marks on the cup. But that was cool. To see her want that. And her mama was trying to like, oh my God, she wanted to. I was like, look, come on, big sis. They had a new edition meal. You would have been at Black Mac trying to get the new edition McDonald's meal. Like it happens every generation. There's always a boy band out there that's sweeping the nation and got all the teenage girls and younger all over them. I mean, just before them, it was like mindless behavior, and before that, it was B2K, and the Backstreet Boys, and then they had it was having like boy band battles. Even the Brits over the pond, even Europeans was having the battles with the boy bands. Um, it's just a part of the wave. That's just gonna happen. And in 10 and 15 years from now, it'll be another group. Maybe Australian steppers or some shit. They always gonna come around. Shit, we had New Kids on the Block when I was coming up. Boy, they was because they were ran by the guy that started New Edition, Maurice Starr, the guy who did their first album. He took all New Edition's money and went out there with New Kids on the Block. I don't know. I wonder if he did the same. I'm gonna look that up. Did he bamboozle them like he did New Edition? Because y'all seen the story, but they had like $1.19 check at the end of a tour and album sales and all that. That's crazy. Because New Kids on the Block was huge too. Concerts on the Disney Channel. Disney Channel won't showing shit outside of kid shows. And for them to end the shit so they could do a concert, that was crazy. They was everywhere. They had Mark Wahlberg's brother in it. He's supposed to be the tough guy, but I heard he used to knuckle up back in the day anyway. Probably had some racist incidents like his brothers. For those who don't know, Mark Wahlberg been on some bullshit back in the day. Hell yeah. You ain't gonna erase that shit off Wikipedia. But yeah, what else we got going on? People are wilding at basketball games. That's the one fucked up thing about society, man. As a whole, people be chilling. But it always take that one asshole to fuck it up for everybody. Always. Then you used to hate that in class. Remember, like y'all have like some popcorn in the movie on a Friday or whatever like that, and all y'all had to do was behave, and there was always one asshole who was fucking it up. Tell me who it was in the comment section. Use them niggas' names because they deserve all this ridicule. Stop fucking it up for everybody else. We're trying to watch this goddamn movie. Trying to watch Land Before Time and eat some popcorn, man. What the fuck, man? You want to do some schoolwork? The fuck out of here. But that fan shit got to stop. And I'm telling you right now, unless they make the punishment harsh, like crazy, they already banned you from the stadium, which is like kind of fucked up anyway. But they got to start doing some other shit because it's only going to take one time. It's going to take one player who either snapped or was built like that from the beginning and they just picked the wrong target. Because they do a good job now because you don't really know too many niggas. Like it was a time where you knew who not to fuck with in the league. Sheed is crazy. He gonna fuck with the refs. Ben Wallace he kind of off too. He could. Charles Oakley be slapping niggas. Ron Artest is a little off too. Jordan fights niggas, more times than that, even on his own team. Jerry Stackhouse puts hands on people, at one time. But right now, I don't know who the real like tough guys in the league are, because all that pushing that hold me back shit. I don't know. But It's gonna take one. They're gonna fuck around and it's gonna be the wrong person. You're gonna be aiming for one person who's usually a star, because it's usually stars who get shit thrown at them. I mean, they ain't, if it's LA, they ain't gonna throw shit at Dennis Schroeder. No offense to Schroeder, he be hooping, but they're gonna be aiming for LeBron. And that's the crazy part. That's all it takes. LeBron may seem like a cool, chill, goofy kind of dude, usually smiling, but do you want to see that man? Do you want to see that man? Because just on sheer force, even not even in fighting, if he was just to get upset and start fucking shit up, like the fucking people do 6'9", 255. He may not be able to fight, but he can toss a regular size motherfucker like it ain't shit. So it wouldn't make no difference. So that's all it's gonna take. They ain't gonna fuck with the wrong one, and shit gonna get out of hand. You heard me saying in the previous video, leave people the fuck alone. You may not like them. They might not like what Kyrie did to Boston. It's his choice. That's what the fuck he want to do. Whether he lied and said he wanted to stay and bounced anyway, I don't give a fuck. Don't treat that man less than who he is, man. Just over that shit. Shit, dude, that don't give you the right to throw bottles at him. Same thing with Westbrook. Westbrook walking off the court with a twisted ankle just the second time. So it took two to actually get him off the court. One won't shit. He thugged out through that. It was the second one. And you still want to throw shit at him? I don't give a fuck how you feel about Westbrook. You know, when he be statues and all that other shit. Man, the nigga out there hooping, man. Leave that man alone, man. Leave him alone. I mean, you can have your opinions. You're allowed to have those. But leave people the fuck alone. Don't be throwing shit at people, man. Because they may throw some shit back. And it won't be no popcorn. It'll be fist. Like Bradley Beal said the other day. He said, man, I ain't no tough guy or nothing like that, but these hands work. So I'm like, and that's Bradley Beal. That's one of the cool, wholesome dudes in the league. He chill. I really ain't seen him getting too much shit like that. You know what? Somebody, you know who he is off? DeRozan. I just thought about that. DeMar DeRozan is a little off. Remember when he threw the ball at the refs like 2 seasons ago? He didn't give a fuck. He was just throwing shit out there. The Spurs haven't had a player like that since Rodman came in for his guest appearance. Because I'm going to say Rodman played with the Spurs for like 2 seasons and it didn't work because he said David Robinson was soft. He was like, he just ain't had no energy and he wasn't a fan of David Robinson. So, but DeRozan, DeRozan, he looked like he ain't got no problem getting active. Even though he is active. if you know what I mean. If you know DeMar DeRozan, you know what I'm talking about for sure. But we talk. Speaking of the playoffs, how y'all enjoying them? Y'all liking the games? Y'all liking a couple of matchups and stuff like that? They're pretty cool, man. It's kind of disappointing that some series got adjusted because of injury. It usually happens. But oh damn, I ain't want AD to get hurt. It makes it for a more compelling series for same thing with Luka, because the Clippers ain't had no answer for him. They had no answer for Kawhi either. Because if you look at Kawhi's numbers, Kawhi was fucking them up too. The Heat was tired. Last year's final run in that bubble took everything they had, and they was done. You figure they didn't even get healthy till right before the playoffs. So they need to go sit down somewhere. A good resting summer will work for them pretty well. I'm not saying they're going back to the chip, but they'll be able to put up a better fight than they did. Shout out to the Hawks. The Hawks doing their thing against the Knicks. Trae Young, blowing up right in front of us. It's no different from what he's always done. That's been Trae Young's game ever since I saw him, because that summer tournament, the Nike EYBL, there's a website that you can go on. I want to say it's d1circuit.com, where they have all the games from the EYBL, so you can see who hooping. And Trae Young has been hooping like that since then. Curry type game, for lack of better words. Tight handle, can get buckets all over the floor, deep range, And New York need a shooter. bad, like a consistent shooter. Bad. No offense to the homie D Rose, but he if he's your number two option and number one since they, kind of locking up Randall, then yeah, it's some you need to do a little bit of improving. You need to add some more pieces. Because I do like that fact that the Knicks have played and made the playoffs and stuff like that. They playing better. Because I don't want to see teams like totally ass Orlando, but with no excuse. But it's good to see him because I grew up. The Knicks was always good. The Knicks was always a threat. They went to the finals twice growing up. Yeah, they went up against the Rockets and then later on against the Spurs. I want to say that was the season, lockout shortened season. But they was always cool. I like the players on the team. Spreewell is one of my top five players, personal top five. That's different from like who I think a goat is, and like my top five personal. Spreewell's in there, and I couldn't find out because I used to think I like attitudinal players, big, just because. Couldn't find out my dad was like that too. He liked angry ass teams. One of his favorite football were the Raiders. Grew in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. The Raiders was on some shit. They was some they was on some bullshit where the first rule is cheat. Don't get like the first rule was like cheat. And they was always on some shit. Then he liked the Philadelphia Flyers when they had their Stanley Cup run, and they was fucking everybody up. Matter of fact, they was fucking teams up so bad they beat a national team. Like the Russian team quit on them. Like they were supposed to play like a series. I don't know how many games they played, but they didn't finish that shit out. They left, got the fuck out of there. And his favorite baseball manager is Billy Martin. Billy Martin was fighting everybody. He was trying to fight Reggie Jackson during a game. If you're younger and you don't know these, just look up wild stories from the MLB or just look up the Major League Baseball or the NBA in the 70s. Please just look it up. Just get these interesting stories. They're a great fucking read. And sometimes you will be shocked because I watched a documentary about the 1970 A's, who I want to say, what did they win, like 2 or 3 World Series titles in a row? Like, come on now. Yep, I'm getting ready to look it up right now. Shout out to Winstopedia. When did they? I know they got the World Series. They won 3 in a row. 3 titles in a row. The crazy thing is their owner was fucking ridiculous. The owner, because Reggie Jackson, who's an all-time great in baseball, he was an all-star during those times with the A's. And he like hit 40 home runs, 100 RBIs. We won the championship. He an all-star. So, he good when it comes to the contract extension. The owner would bring up shit. You dropped 2 fly balls. You had some other errors. You missed a couple of games. I was like, wow. And he was shortchanging the whole team. Some players he was trading there and getting like, I'm telling you, just look up some of the wild shit that was going on. Reggie Jackson he was going to be the one when he was with the A's that was going to fight Billy Martin. The coach and the player getting ready to fight. I ain't not think the game was on TV. Shit. That was the documentary from 2 weeks ago that I watched. But you know me, we like to flip-flop it. The week before, we was all on the Mafia kick. This week, I watched a bunch of skating documentaries, man. Just a lot of it. Not movies. They don't be all that. But I will give this one credit. Mid-90s is a good skate movie. Rob Dyrdek's Street Dreams was a good skate movie, too. It was, kind of cliche. But if the skating's good in there, because he put real skaters in there, so all the tricks and all that stuff, I think that's part of the thing right there is, But I watched a lot of skate documentaries. And before you goofballs, one of you bullshit-ass, stupid-ass opinion-having people, well, you don't even skate. What difference does it make? Motherfucker, you don't play basketball professionally, so what the fuck is you watching the NBA for? Shut the fuck up. Let people enjoy what they want to enjoy. If you in the cats, watch the motherfucking cats. Watch Tony Baker videos. Get you a subscription to the Cat Fancy magazine. That's a real magazine. Do all that shit. But we was on skate videos for the past week. Like tough. And before I get into what I was watching, let this be a lesson to all of you. Don't fall asleep watching YouTube. I don't know what I watched when I fell asleep watching YouTube on, what was that? Friday? Yeah, because I worked Friday morning. And when I came home, I took Boy outside. I got off at like 1:30, came home 2 o'clock, took him outside, and like by showered up, and by 3, I was chilling and I fell asleep. I don't know what I was watching. I mean, I don't know what was on while I was asleep, but all of a sudden in my recommendations, so I got Degrassi episodes. I've never watched Degrassi a day in my life. Now I did watch the clip when Drake got shot. I did watch that one, but I have never watched the because apparently I had to have watched the full episode because that's what the fuck they keep putting in my recommended. Yo, don't fall asleep with Tube on, yo. I'm telling you right now, you better pick a movie to watch off one of them other damn sites. But I'm speaking about Tube because that's where I watched all these documentaries at. I watched them all on Tube. Let me say, always been into skating, always watched it from the X Games. You know, I was glad when it got more coverage because even though, you know, I wasn't in the culture or nothing like that because we weren't skating like that, me and my crew or nothing like that. It was always something I enjoyed. And it's all about, like I said, I enjoy watching people do shit that I can't do. And it was sauce. So I was, you know, watching Gleam in the Cube. I watched that movie and, you know, bought Tony Hawk games and stuff like that, played skate games beforehand. I want to say, was it Thrasher or Shred, the one that Rockstar came out with back on PlayStation 1? That was a good one too. So I always been interested. But I went all the way in when I saw that Dogtown and Z-Boys documentary about kind of like the first official skate team, like the first ones to kind of like really blow up from skating in like the 70s. And matter of fact, I saw that at a random at GameStop. I want to say I was picking up something. And this was back when GameStop had DVD. This is how long ago it is. Yeah, I'm old. And I picked that up and it was so good. Man, it was shot well. The stories, the rise, the fall, just the individual stories that they told about Jay Adams, Stacy Peralta, and Tony Alva. That was good. So I was just, you know, from then on, I was just looking. And then a couple of years ago, Stacy Peralta came out with the Bones Brigade autobiography, that documentary about his team with Tony Hawk, Caballero, Rodney Mullen, Gonzo, Mike McGill, Lance Mountain. You know, those guys took what the Dogtown and Z-Boys did and made it like so much bigger. Like they had like renowned skate videos and all that shit. You figure Tony Hawk they was at a point where he was able to buy his own home at 17. So that just lets you know how big they got. But that's just a great documentary. Just talk about some of the shit that they went through, like and when you watch like a documentary and like a character's compelling and it gets you to go looking at some of see if they got some shit on them. So I was watching the Bones Brigade and they was talking about the rivalry that Tony Hawk had with Christian Hosoi, who was another great skater. And it was just, you know, the contrast in styles. Tony Hawk was all about doing tricks and stuff like that. So he looked real robotic like doing his stuff. And Christian Hosoi was all about getting as much air as he possibly could. So he was, you know, more free flowing. He looked better. People liked the way he looked better doing his skating on the vert, and he was cool. He had the long hair, he had the street vibes. He used to tear his shirts in like ways, like, oh shit, he tearing the sides off his shirt. Oh man, he done took the sleeve and made it a headband. Oh damn. Like he was just cool like that. I watched his documentary. His shit was lit. And these are shits that you can watch on too. All of them except Dogtown and Z Boys. That shit ain't up there. And that led to the movie Lords of Dogtown, which was cool. But as Stacy Peralta said, because he helped write, he did the Dogtown and Z Boys documentary, and he was brought on to write for Lords of Dogtown. He said they just didn't do it right. He was like, they weren't listening to what I was saying, and they just kept going for dramatic effect and like movie magic instead of just taking the story that I had and just going with that. But it was cool. The movie was cool. I give it about a 6.5. Heath Ledger did a good job in that one too, because he was a method actor, so he dives into the character. So he was just like that dude. But back to the Bones Brigade jump, it was just a great story. How each person thought they fit in with the group. Raleigh Mullen about how he was practicing because he was pretty much birthing street skating, and just all the tricks he would come up with, and just how awkward he was as an individual. I like to see that because he's not he's not like everybody else, and that's why all that thing, because I enjoy weirdos because I'm a weirdo. So Tony Hawk, how he dominated at one point so much that he didn't want to do it anymore. Mike McGill and Lance Mountain getting into it. Lance being surprised that he was on the team because he wasn't a good skater, and the rest of the guys on the team were prodigies. And the cool thing about a skating documentary, for me personally, while I'm watching them, is they got like videos you could watch of them doing the skating. So not only is the story good, I'll go out here and watch the skating because I've spent like an hour watching Ronnie Mullen tricks and Gonzalez, watching him do his thing too in the street side of the game. It was just cool to see. It was good. This is probably one of my favorite documentaries. If I had to make a top 10 list, that would definitely be in there. Probably in the top 5. Because that shit was good. Yeah, it was real good. And, that just led to watching more stuff. Even more documentaries. Like I said, the Christian Hosoi one, that jump was crazy. They won song. Nodis Copus had one. I still think it's one of the craziest tricks. If you into skating and you don't agree, I ain't got no problem with that. But tell me one that's just as good, if not better. He had a jump where he skated up, ollied onto a fire hydrant, spun on the shit, and then just dropped off. That shit crazy, man. I can tell you. His documentary was good because they banned the sale of his merchandise because his name is Natas, Natas, spelled backwards to Satan, but that wasn't the intention of his parents. It was the masculine version of Nadia, or Natalia, or Natalie in Lithuania, where his parents are from. And he had a nice his documentary was good. His shoe game was crazy. That's one thing I'm a fan of. I really do enjoy shoe game, even from like the skating world. That takes me back to a story. I got to air my mama out real quick. This was it my second? No, it was my third deployment, and I was in Iraq. And I gave my mother power of attorney so she can handle my funds just in case, something needed to be done. So, I was cool on that. She did her thing. I won't wear she ain't jerk me and no shit like that. Everything was cool. But I asked her this simple ass instructions. First of all, I gave her an email. I wanted her to purchase me some things. I want to say like 2 or 3 video games, 2 or 3 DVDs, some shoes, and a television. Because at that time, I had a regular TV and I wanted a bigger one. So I'm like, this is what I do. I sent her an email individually with the link of the things that I wanted how much it cost, a picture of it just in case, so she didn't have to worry about clicking on the link each time. You only clicking on the link to purchase. I even gave her a step-by-step, like, 1, click the link. 2, click the link under this, like with pictures and all that shit. And I wanted the television. Now, the television wasn't that important. I was like, I can wait till I get home to get that. But it was some shoes. It was a pair of Air Force 3s, a pair of Garnets, the Nike ones. I want to say Flight Posits. And 2 pairs of P-Rod sneakers. For those who don't know, P-Rod is Paul Rodriguez Jr., son of the comedian Paul Rodriguez. And he's a very popular skater. And he had shoes come out. And his shoes were nice. This one, I wanted a regular pair of navy blue with gum bottom P-Rods. And there was another one that was, it had like the Jordan colorway. Yeah, it was like the P-Rod Jordan mix. And the black Flight Posits, and what was it? Black, white, and gray Air Force 3s. They was hot tops. Now, the 2 DVDs I wanted was the Boondocks, and it was something else. I didn't need the Boondocks one. I needed because they didn't have it out there. Because in Iraq, I'll explain in the another video when I talk about deployments. You didn't need it. So I needed that Boondocks. And the 2 video games, I needed them. Because I only had like, I want to say I had 2K, and because this was 08. So, and this, I left in August. So I was trying to get College Football 09, 360. College Football 09. I had College Hoops 09, so I was playing that. I don't think 2K was coming out in September at that time. I want to say it was coming out like in November. But either way, I wanted to say it was 2K, 2K9, Live 09, and College Football 09. That's what I was looking for. Fable, that was definitely another one. Because I had to cut somebody out about that. Because this dude that I knew that worked was in the same squadron. Saw me looking up the game when I was setting up the emails to send to moms, talking about, oh, I can't wait till you get Fable so I can try it too. I said, bitch, you don't speak to me. What the fuck is wrong with you? You think I'm gonna let you play these video games? So stupid ass out my face. So that was that's how that one went. It was Fable, those 3 games. I want to say it was something else. Did you know she didn't get shit? She didn't get a damn thing. I had to get my own television. I had to go buy the Boondocks. I had to spend more money than I had to because she didn't do what she was supposed to do. She didn't get shit. And granted, when I got home, all 4 of them sneakers was sold out. Because I used to go on a site during that time called PickYourShoes.com. And they used to have exclusives. They were, and that jump was a saucy site. Like I used to go up there and get funky because they had some, I don't know if they had somebody from Nike working there or some shit like that. But that's why I used to get shoes from that I won't get in, going out and about to the mall and stuff like that. And she sold me to the highest of sales. She didn't get shit. She said it was too much stuff up there. I ain't feel like figuring it out. Nigga, what? Get my stuff. And of course, when I tried to go back there and get it, they were sold out. I didn't have my size no more. Because I'm a 10.5 to an 11.5, depending on the shoe. I usually go 11, 11.5, just so I can have a little bit of space. I'm gonna get a 10.5. It'll probably be Air Force Ones or some shell toes. No, Air Force Ones. Something I can try to keep from creasing the hell up. And she didn't get shit. It hurt. It still kind of hurt to this day. Because she didn't even make it. She didn't make an attempt or nothing. Couldn't even get them shoes. You know what? I did get them. Well, no, I was trying to get the Air Force Threes again because the ones I had were a different color, and I accidentally fucked those up. Yeah, I thought I was late for a meeting I had to go to in the military, and I knocked some juice on them. Yeah, I let out the thug tear on that one. That one hurt because I was still in the shoes then. I kind of tapped out around like 2010. Matter of fact, her not getting them shoes was the beginning of the end. Yep, of going out there trying to get shoes because I'm not big on the popular side of the game on shoes. Never was. I'll get some basics, Air Forces, shell toes, Tims, and stuff like that. Growing up, that's what I was messing with. But it was never too big. I didn't get a Jordan here and there, but I was usually getting that with my own money. But I just had to speak on that because I'm still salty about that shit. She didn't give me shit. And they didn't have no more P Rods that came out that looked as good as those. But P Rod is on point. He ain't got no documentary yet, but they should do. I used to watch Life of Ryan. Anybody used to watch that on MTV with young Ryan Sheckler? You know the bad part about that? As soon as they found somebody younger than him who could skate, his popularity kind of went down. As soon as Naja Hudson went out there, it kind of changed. Because Naja Hudson was in ESPN magazine. For those who remember the ESPN magazine, the big ass magazine with the big ass pages, and remember they used to have necks, like athletes they thought were gonna be the face of their sports respectively, and sometimes that shit ain't work. Cause man, that take a lot, man. Cause man, you don't know what's gonna happen, man. All types of random shit can go down with people, man. Bad coaching, bad development. They might not be that good. The competition go up there. You know, let me see, because they got the joint up here. Matter of fact, we ain't gonna go through the whole thing, but what year did they have Najee up there? Because I know they had him, because that's what I remember. That's why I first got introduced from them. Oh, they bullshitting too. Oh, because they got a Wikipedia page with the shit. Oh, okay, here you go. This is the nominee section. Yeah, y'all are bullshitting. Oh man, this is bull. They don't have nobody else up here. Cause he was in that magazine. Oh, y'all dropped the ball on Jabba Chamberlain. If you go through and look at the jump, we're gonna discuss this shit. Matter of fact, we're gonna go through this shit next week. We're gonna go through the shit and go through it. Go through the nominees and the winners who they picked. Because I think that would be an interesting thing to go through to let you know how it is. But I was more of a Sports Illustrated fan than ESPN magazine early on. If I had to pick one, it'd be Sports Illustrated because my favorite sports writer, Ralph Wiley, man, he used to have tremendous stories, man. And it just won't because he was black. That was just an added incentive. But he used to go in, used to be great. Like the one he had on Randall Cunningham, where he was, you know, shitting on the league going in. Man, he had a great one with he had a great picture with clocks all around him and stuff, man. They used to be nice. If I pick favorite mags, Sports Illustrated gonna be in the top 5. Slam used to have crazy pictures too. But yeah, I'll probably watch some more. I'm gonna have to go online, and look for Dogtown and Z Boys one because I want to look at that again. I definitely lost that DVD. Yeah, I don't know what the hell that is. I don't have nothing, and that's probably purposely done. Because when I move, I try to move with the least amount of shit that I possibly can. I ain't trying to take none of that shit. This shit in here, yeah, I can look at some of this right now. This furniture ain't gonna make it. This dining room table ain't gonna make it. These chairs, one of these vacuums over here, this microwave. Some of this shit is not gonna make it to the new spot. It's just not gonna go down. So, and I don't plan on giving it away either. I will if somebody need it, but the purpose is to just get rid of this shit. I don't need it no more. I'll find something else. As a matter of fact, some of this shit ain't even mine. Because I'll move and periodically get shit. Like my first apartment, I didn't even have a dining room. I just had a coffee table that I used to eat at in my living room, and that was it. You sit on the couch and eat every day. When I was home, because I was real out and about then. I was moving around and shit. But this wraps up another episode. I still don't have no script. We still going off the cuff. I appreciate y'all dropping the likes and the comments, man, coming through, man. I appreciate it, man. Y'all watching these vids, man. But I will tell you this, I'm not gonna stop regardless. I'm gonna keep going. I don't know what the end goal is, but I'm gonna reach it. Whatever I want, I'm gonna get this jump to the point that I'm gonna be able to do whatever I want to do with it. Because we gotta stop sitting at our dining room table. My legs are long. I'm hitting the shit out of this table. This camera shaky as shit this episode because my knees is hitting the fuck out of this table, and I can't, I gotta move my legs around and get comfortable, man. Cause they got a little length on them. I ain't no NBA 6'5" dude, but at 6'1", man, I still gotta move these legs around. Even after doing calisthenics and stretching this morning. Cause I try to do that shit. Cause try to get a decent sweat in, even if I ain't going to the gym, which I need to. But I at least want to sweat because that helps with the shit that piles on for water weight. Because you just can't get rid of it through peeing and stuff like that. You gotta find another way to get the water out, and makes your body want the water more, so you can get consistent with drinking it. But that's the episode. Appreciate y'all and love y'all for showing up. Whatever love y'all show, whether like a comment, told me you watched it. Hey man, it's all good. This much love to y'all, man. Be easy, be you, man, and we out, man.